adventures in the travel trade. I'm thinking that now that we're finished with the series dedicated to various people I've met while sailing or driving, journey. No, that series is not over. There will be some still to line up, but I don't know about the timeline, and maybe there's also the issue of taking a break from that because some of the important ones have been left behind, or perhaps I'm not ready to to do that. For instance, will it be will there be some episodes dedicated to my daughter? I don't know. Indeed, I doubt that for now because um, I don't know. On the one hand, she does not appreciate me really at this point, and that has an impact. And she's right, and it will have to be a good, fair, honest analysis, I guess, because that's the main thing, main reason behind it. Since nobody's watching, we're doing it just for ourselves. We don't have the means. I don't think financial. I mean, time. How can I leave these boys behind and go to see as an analyst? Let's say. Well, there's also the money. I'm a miser. I've always been tempted to spend nothing, minus to get, not to spend. So how can I go and spend? How much is that? I'm thinking for now $2,000. Just like that. I mean, you can't go once. You have to go quite a few times, and not over the years like a Hollywood star, or celebrity, or CEO. But still, you have to go. I did, since I touched on the subject. I did after. Oh, there's a beauty queen. Okay, well, indeed, that should come. That should come soon. But then again, I'm jumping ahead. So after the emotional disaster, looked like it at that time. Maybe it wasn't. With hindsight, I was thinking, okay, let's say it would stay there for a while longer. Why not? For the scenario's sake, let's assume I would marry the Queen of Beauty, local Queen of Beauty, Miss Countryside. Allow me to avoid names and specific titles, labels, to avoid identification, just in case. You never know with the internet. It might be discovered by someone, and then remorse, acrimony, incrimination, who knows what, libel, my result. For now, we're safe. That's fine. Nobody's watching, so that's a good thing. I mean, I don't have to. How dare you say this about me? Or so let's say I marry her. Would have married her. No, it wouldn't. I mean, it wouldn't have worked anyway because, for one thing, marriages like that are not really solid. And then, this is someone who was looking for glamour, for vain success. Maybe I'm mean now, but I'm thinking who she married eventually. She married the guy who was a crook, somebody who stole with suitcases, not eggs, from a farm. 10 eggs. He stole millions of eggs. and the chicken and the farm and the money from the pockets of the people working in the farm and the whole county. So big numbers, rich, if you will, rich thief went to jail. She has a son. She has. I guess he's still there. I mean, he's a big boy now. If I'm going with the meanness to the end, who knows what he's up to now with at least half the genes he has. So, I mean, how do you fit in that profile? True, she changed, but anyway, we're not there. I was just hitting on what is expected for a future series. I felt like I always do, compelled to digress, to go on that blind alley. Ce ai, mă, tâmpitule, mă? Ce ai? Animal prost. He does that very often, too often, and he doesn't want to learn. He doesn't. I mean, the other is the good guy. This one is a pain in the ass. Goddamn fool. Okay, so this was all I did when there's criticism of my grandiose accomplishments. They're summarized with, what did you do? You've been a tour guide. What the fuck is that? I mean, and then you stopped and you did nothing. Well, summarizing it, we can stop everything here. This big series for adventures in the travel trade, inspired, by the way, from the title of the book, Adventures in the Screen Trade, William Goldman. Perhaps the best there is in the movie business, about Hollywood, about Dustin Hoffman, how lousy he was in his dealings with others, infatuated like so many stars. Al Pacino, not De Niro. De Niro is not even mentioned, I guess, or in passing. Redford comes out very badly. About Jaws, about Hitchcock, about the movies the author made. I mean, he wrote the script for the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, and All the President's Men, both winners for the writer of Academy Awards, including for screenplay. Marathon Man, Bridge Too Far, and others. Princess Bride. So yeah, we could end with the first episode of the series, the pilot. I mean, we want to make a series. We present a pilot and we see it doesn't work because we have the option to take it down just by saying, yeah, I guided around some people, made some money, and then invested it in a company where I'm a partner now, and that's it. And since being a partner, for some 10 years or less, I still did the occasional tour, but then seeing that money is coming in and more from the company, from being an associate, I stopped doing the tours, which were anyway taking a toll, I guess. But let's reverse. Let's move fast backwards and say that while student in geology, maybe the second year or so, I realized that geology would not pay. I mentioned termina că mă enervez până la urmă, in a previous episode that changing my mind was not an instant thing, a process, but what may have been decisive, essential, was one of the camps. I mean, we went on training camps, so to say, in the country. We went to explore, to find stones, to see minerals, to learn what geology is in practice, let's say. And once we were near Petra Nemes, in Moldova, and we saw the people in our branch, engineers, geologists, geophysicians, doing nothing, playing backgammon thing, because they were not allowed to do their job, given the priority. Ceausescu, the dictator, nomenclatura. But he was the guy who decided. Said this is the agrarian revolution. Top priority, we have to increase production, whatever. So then geologists, geophysicians couldn't take the measurement instruments in the fields and, as I said, do their thing. And so played backgammon, and the conditions were bad. I remember on the faucet for cold water was bringing down very, very hot water, because they were near some plant, some chemical plant, and for some reason they didn't have cold water. They only had very hot water, which had to be put in buckets or whatever to cool down, to be used. So not a life to look forward to enjoy, no career, no perspective. And I said to myself, okay, that's not looking good. And then enrolled myself in a school for guides, under the supervision, jurisdiction, however we call it, of the National Tourist Office on that time. And that was to be my career, if you will, big or small. Yes, there's also AT&T, but as I said, series. I don't know about big series, but there will be some episodes in which I will look at on this side, I think, what tours meant with stories from, and then move back and forth, I guess.